Hello, church family. Dr. Paul here, wanting to share a message about our doubts. And we'll use that famous doubting Thomas, where we find that story in John chapter 20, and starting in verse 24, where at that second appearance in the upper room, Jesus comes in and Thomas is in fact present, where previous Thomas stated, "Unless I see the mark of the nails in his hands and put my finger into the nail marks and put my hand into his side, I will not believe." So that week or that day that Jesus does come into the room with Thomas present, he turns to Thomas and he invites him, as I think he invites us in our doubts, to go ahead, put your fingers in the wounds of my side or into the wounds in my hand. Don't be unbelieving. Look into and see the truth behind your doubts, so that not only would you come to believe, but you would become a believer with concrete evidence that you've sought out. Now, Jesus did say, "Blessed are those who believe that do not see." But I would offer that he made us in as we are, which includes questions and doubts, that I would encourage anyone and have encouraged people, especially when they come to me with sense of guilt for these doubts. I turn their focus towards how those doubts, so long as they're not just left unattended to, when you look into finding the truths from that you're going to become a much stronger person of faith. And I'll hopefully take away a little bit of the bad rap of Thomas by inviting you to look back in John, where in chapter 11, when the disciples and apostles and Jesus find out about the death of Jesus' good friend Lazarus, the brother of Martha and Mary, and Jesus commits to going back to Bethany, where the disciples looked at Jesus when he says that and says, in chapter 11, verse 8 in John, the disciples said to him, "Rabbi, the Jews were just trying to stone you, and you want to go back there?" And dropping down to 16, verse 16 in chapter 11, it says, "So Thomas, called Didymus, said to his fellow disciples, 'Let us go to die with him.'" So I would offer that although it's considered doubting Thomas, I would offer Thomas was one of the strongest disciples in relationship with Christ. And I would hope that we would embrace our own doubts. We would pray about them. We would research. We would talk to others that might lead us to greater understanding, and with greater understanding of our faith, a stronger relationship with our Lord, and that ability to draw others into receiving the relationship that they too were made for. May God bless you, God bless us, our families, and all those we've been praying for.